There you go.
On the air on over 30 radio stations in Western Pennsylvania. And on the net with over 10 schools and hundreds of live and archived broadcasts at www.msasports.net. Anytime, anywhere, always there. We are the MSA Sports Network. Welcome to exclusive coverage of the 2014 WPIAL Girls Volleyball Playoffs, only here on the Management Science Associates Sports Network. The District 7 Girls Volleyball Playoffs at MSASports.net are sponsored in part by Carlow University, proud sponsor of all girls high school sports on the MSA Sports Network. By McDonald's, by S-Mark, by First Commonwealth Bank, by UPMC Sports Medicine, by People's Gas, by Progress, by Monticello's Italian Restaurant, by the East Suburban Sports Medicine Center, and by Management Science Associates.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Baldwin High School. Alongside Mike Azadi and I'm Cory Campano. We are set for the AA WPIAL Volleyball Championships. That's Girls Volleyball Championships. The visiting 4-seed Ford City Sabers will take on the 2-seed undefeated Thomas Jefferson Lady Jaguars. And, Mike, we should have a great matchup here tonight. We just had an unbelievable one that finished in 5 sets the single way. Greensburg Central Catholic ended up taking it over Bishop Canevin. We should have somewhat of the same type of thriller here this afternoon.
Well, it's certainly fun to be – I'm on 1 and you're on 3. It's certainly fun to be working again with Bill DeBaldo's pride and joy is what I should say if he's listening, Mr. DeBaldo.
You're already embarrassing me.
I don't want to embarrass you. Yes. How you doing? How's he doing? Anyway, this Ford City team, the number 4 seed, beat Central Valley 3-0 in the first round, 3-1 over Seton in the quarterfinals, and then beat the defending champion rather easily in the semifinals, 3-1. I was at that match. Ford City is a very, very solid team. They're a team that can play well at the front line, good on defense. They're not a tall team. They only play about 6 girls mainly and a couple girls off the bench. They're a strong team, the number 4 seed. And on the other side, the number 2 seed, Thomas Jefferson Jaguars, 3-1 winner over Derry, 3-2 winner over South Fayette, and 3-0 over Beaver. You've seen them twice.
I've seen them both times, and boy, they will rely heavily on their height, which is going to be a problem for Ford City potentially. We'll come back and talk about Thomas Jefferson here. We're going to let the national anthem play. So just stay with us here on the MSA Sports Network.
Are they going to go introductions first or not?
The intro or national anthem?
I'm not sure.
Anyway, with Thomas Jefferson until they're ready, they will rely heavily on the 2 seniors, number 7, Ali Yurkovich, and number 24, Rachel Stover. The 6'2" Rachel Stover, who can cause some serious havoc against any defense she's going up against, mainly tonight. Ford City's going to have to find ways around her height advantage.
Now, one thing we see for sure for Ford City, they've got a junior, Justine Lasher. She's a 5'9" outside hitter. She's someone you're going to be calling her name all night long. Her sister, the freshman, Kenzie Lackner, is the libero, and she is strong, does not play like a freshman. You're also going to see off the bench Blair Williard. She'll give quality minutes. Stephanie DiGregorio, she's the glue of the team. Defensive specialist, outside hitter, a great server. When you see her serve in front of us, she's got a little bit of a swagger to her, the way she does things. Also, front line, middle hitter, Christina Davis. She'll be strong all night long. We'll be calling her name a lot. Carly Smith off the bench. Sophomore Abby DiGregorio, she's the setter. She really gets the offense going. And then you can't forget about Tyree Freeman, the freshman, the senior in the middle. You don't hear her name called a ton, but when you do, she is so strong for Andrea Lasher. So a set of sisters on this team, a team that won their first ever semifinal berth, first ever final berth. Now, last year in the school's existence is they're going to combine with Katanning to form Armstrong, and the girls want to make memories. They want to make a lasting impression, and they want to win a title for Ford City.
And on the other side, Thomas Jefferson will be a tough team to beat. They've yet to lose this year, and the resiliency with this team, obviously beating Derry 3-1 in the first round. Then they played a South Fayette team in which they absolutely dominated in the regular season twice. We're up 2-0 in that game in the quarterfinals. South Fayette fought back to wins game 3 and 4, and then Thomas Jefferson sealed it in game 5 with a 3-2 victory, and then beating Beaver 3-0, which was just an absolute trounce of the Beaver team by Thomas Jefferson. A well-rounded team. Head coach Ron Kelly likes his squad a ton. He's got Rachel Stover and Allie Yurkovich, as we talked about. They're the big hitters, but in the middle, number 32, Kayla Smith, she'll play a huge role in the blocking game in the middle. They've also got 28 senior Madison Moran, who can kill here and there. But the serve game is huge for Thomas Jefferson. They've got some good ones. Reese Sandier, Megan Fitzgerald, and Bailey Veith, along with Natalie Miller, who's missed everything for this squad. They are really a well-rounded team and are playing with a ton of confidence as they won both of the previous rounds, the quarters and the semis, here on this court in Baldwin High School. So they adjust to the lighting well. It's a very bright gym. Some teams can't adjust to that. Thomas Jefferson is a team coming in here with a lot of confidence, and Ford City on the other side, as you said, Mike, might play with a bit of a chip on their shoulder here this afternoon, and looks to end on a good note, as this is their last year as Ford City before they combine with Katanning.
Well, last WPIAL game for sure, as both teams will move on to the States. And a lot of things, Corey, I think what we talk about a lot in volleyball, you got your serve, you have to be good in serve. You have to be good in serve receive. If you can't be good in serve receive, you can't get that initial pass to your setter. Then the setter becomes so important. If you can't get good sets, you can't then get the good front court offense. And you also have to be good on front court defense. There are so many factors. If you're not good in one of them, you can't get to this point. You have to be solid or better in every one of them. But the big key, I think, even after you say all that, is you have to have strong defense. If you can't withstand another team's rush, if you can't keep the ball alive and get it alive to your setters, your defense in the backcourt has to be strong. If it's not, you can't win at this level of volleyball. I think a big key is going to be if Ford City's defense can get it to their offense, they've got a shot here. On the other side, again, second game in a row, you look at these two teams, a big height advantage for Thomas Jefferson. They withstood Zoe Pollack from Freeport and the height advantage. 4 girls at 5'10" or more for Freeport. If they can do it again and play that strong defense, on the other side, if Thomas Jefferson can just withstand the defensive pressure of Ford City and just keep pounding away at the ball, they might be able to wear down Ford City. Again, 6 girls, 2 off the bench at times. If it goes long, after playing 3 times this week, Ford City could be tired.
Yeah, Ford City could be tired, but along the same side, Thomas Jefferson's had to play virtually along the same lines. Thomas Jefferson's got a deep rotation. They rotate in 3 or 4 off the bench. And as I said earlier, Mike, they are just playing with a ton of confidence. If you watched in warm-ups, there is no stress whatsoever with this team. They're jumping around, they're laughing, they're having fun. They are here on a mission, but they also like to have fun doing it. And now
they're getting ready to start. We already had our
ready
next
to start.
Starters quickly for Ford City. Justine Lasher, Kenzie Lasher, Stephanie DiGregorio, Christina Davis, Abby DiGregorio, and Tyree Freeman. Off the bench, we'll see Blair Williard and Carly Smith. Who do we have for Thomas Jefferson?
On the Thomas Jefferson side, it's going to be number 5, Natalie Miller, number 7, Allie Yurkovich, number 13, Megan Fitzgerald, number 24, Rachel Stover, number 28, Madison Moran, and number 32, Kayla Smith. Now,
who comes in as their sub?
Also, Reese Zandier will come in a lot. She's the libero. She comes in a lot. She may even start this game. Ron Kelly, in 2 different sets, has gone 2 different times with her. Also, number 6, Bailey Veith, gets a ton of playing time. And that's basically the set formation. Catherine Birch, number 29, rotates in sometimes for TJ. She provides some good mix, change of pace hitting. TJ jumps up and down, yelling Lady Jaguars before they go onto the court. The Ford City Sabers, the 4 seed, will defend, and immediately it will be Zandier who's going to check in for TJ, the libero. And it looks like on the far side, it looks like Bailey Veith, number 6, is going to stay in. And number 29, Catherine Birch, will start this game. So maybe a bit of a surprise. We'll see who Reese Zandier checks in for to start this game. On the other side, libero number 5, Kenzie Lasher. Looks like she's ready to make a substitution before this starts as well.
And you will be pleasantly surprised, I think, by the play of Kenzie Lasher. She is a freshman. You look at her, she's very young in the face. You could tell she's probably only 14, 15 years old. But when you watch her play on defense, it doesn't look like she's a freshman. She plays more like an experienced veteran. She is solid on defense. They're going to really need her tonight. Also in that backcourt, as we mentioned, Carly Smith looks like she's going to start as well. So both coaches throwing a wrinkle in.
That is 15, Stephanie DiGregorio with the serve, and it is out. So just like that, we get a service error off the bat. Thomas Jefferson up 1-0.
Yeah, couldn't afford to have that from DiGregorio. Unforced error, first one. Now keep unforced errors, aces, and kills for stats.
1-0. It is Megan Fitzgerald, number 13, who checks in to serve for Thomas Jefferson. It's a good one. Dug out by DiGregorio. Set on the other side. That's the libero Lasher. Dig now. TJ sets up Stover, as they will all game, and she pounds it down for a kill. 2-0 Jaguars. Do not, if you are Ford City, do not let Rachel Stover heat up early.
Yeah, she's in the middle there, boy. She looks like she could possibly be a force in this game.
Megan Fitzgerald service error off the net, and Ford City gets a point back. 2-1 here. Crowd is very packed and very loud here at Baldwin High School. Mike Azadian alongside with me. I am Cory Campano here. AA championship is 18. Christina Davis serves. Dug by Zandier. Hit up by Jurkovic. That's Jurkovic, rather. Miller gets it over. Ford City setting up. There's the middle now. Far side hit. Good dig by Madison Moran off the hit by Justine Lasher. Stover swats down for a kill. Thomas Jefferson leads 3-1.
Yeah, look out. Look out below. They're going to have to find a way. They found a way to withstand Zoe Pollack and Freeport. But, boy, I got to tell you what. Rachel Stover at 6'2", and she looks like 6'4" to me.
Natalie Miller with the serve. It's a good one. Return, but it gets all the way back over. They'll set up Stover again. No, deep. Jurkovic. She can hit just as well. Good return by Lasher on the other side. The libero. That was Kenzie Lasher. She sets it up. Get over by DiGregorio rather. Stover, another hit. Good block in the middle from 33, Freeman. Ford City setting up now. Big, powerful back row hit from 15, Stephanie DiGregorio in front of Reese Zandier, and the point for Ford City.
She's diminutive. She's not very tall, 5'6", but boy, she can motor and she can get up. Isn't their top offensive player, but she is a good one.
Abby DiGregorio gets it over, dug out by Natalie Miller. Megan Fitzgerald impressive over the head set. Stover gets a hand on it. Ford City keeps. Back row hit, and they found the wide open spot. Past the diving Natalie Miller. That was 3. Justine Lasher with the kill.
Watch for Justine Lasher. She's another one. 5'9", doesn't look like a strong outside hitter, but she has a lot of jump in her step.
Abby DiGregorio over there. Zandier up to Fitzgerald. Set for Stover, and another kill. Rachel Stover, the senior, 6'2" senior. Of 6'2".
Yeah.
4-3 Thomas
That's
Jefferson.
3 kills for her early in the game, and I got to say, Ford City's got to stop her. They're going to be in trouble.
Stover can serve as well as she does there. There's Freeman with a good dig. Natalie Miller tipped over by Kayla Smith. Resetting now is Ford City. Far side, there's Lasher. Tipped off the hands of Moran and Smith. I think a combination out of bounds point for Ford City.
Another kill for Lasher. And we're going to be hearing, you're going to hear a lot of Lasher, a lot of DiGregorio, and some of Freeman. That's their 3 main hitters. Freeman more on defense in the middle.
Justine Lasher with the jump serve. Dug out by Jurkovic. Set up for Fitzgerald. Deep Jurkovic. That was hit well, but it was hit too long. And Ford City has their first lead of the game at 5-4.
And it's looking like back and forth already early in this game.
Expect nothing less in the finals, Mike. Hit over by Lasher. Dug by Miller. Fitzgerald sets middle. There's Kayla Smith. Tipped up. She did a nice job to recover. And Madison Moran will force it deep. Now Ford City on the rebound. There's 11. That was Blair Williard. Hit up now by Smith on the return from TJ. Good dig from Williard. Set up now. Justine Lasher, back row. Dug from Miller. Fitzgerald hits it up. Madison Moran gets it over. There's the libero. That was Kenzie Lasher. Now hit Freeman. Found the open spot, but hit it too long. Thomas Jefferson ties at 5.
And again, errors are going to be big in this game. And the team that makes the most errors, we talked about it in game 1. If you're going to make 10, 12 errors in a game, you're not going to win. You got to limit it to 6 or less and hope to outplay the opponent.
Moran and Fitzgerald sit down. Bailey Veith checks in to serve. It was a good one. Deep from Lasher. Good recovery, Rachel Stover to get over there. Natalie Miller just forces it over the net. And here comes Ford City. They're setting up Freeman in the middle. Good block, Kayla Smith. And it's a double hit on the other side from Ford City and a point for Thomas Jefferson. Kayla Smith got up high that time in the middle.
Right, Kayla Smith on defense was tremendous. And an error by Ford City.
Set up now, far side. There's 15, Di Gregorio. Blocked again. 32, Kayla Smith.
Boy, Kayla Smith looking strong. That's her first kill. But Di Gregorio, and again, they're at a huge height disadvantage, Ford City is.
Veith, good serve. She'll serve quite often for Thomas Jefferson. There's Lasher with a good hit. Kayla Smith yet again. Stepping up now, it's her and Yurkovich, but Ford City, nice job to recover. Stover gets it deep. Lasher, good job to dig there. Over now on the force, it's way out. Unforced error from Ford City. That was number 11, Blair Williard. And Thomas Jefferson starts to build some momentum, 8-5.
Now you're going to see the main 6 and Williard for Ford City. They don't substitute much.
Williard over. In the back, that may have been out. It was. Just barely. Williard forces it long. And Bailey Veith continues to go on a bit of a serving run here for Thomas Jefferson.
R1 on the board. It's Loyal Dean. We'll keep things here. Loyal Dean is R1. R2 on the floor is Bill Elashwe. On the lines is Tim King far. And close is Bob the Barber Venom. Bob is a barber in Green Tree. They all called him the Barber, and he said, yeah, that's what they call me. So he's known as Bob the Barber. Quickly, let's talk about these two teams again. Justine Lasher had 19 kills. Christina Davis had 16 as they beat Ford City 21-25, 27-25, 25-22, 25-18 over Freeport. And Thomas Jefferson 3-0. Kayla Smith had 11 blocks. 25-14, 25-20, 25-15 over Beaver. Rachel Stover, Ali Yurkovich had 18 and 8 kills respectively for the Jaguars. First title appearance since they won in 2001. Head coach Ron Kelly said this is the first one in a long time. A lot of these players have never seen the program in a WPIAL championship, and they're helping us build one now.
Thank you, Mike, for all the info. Back now, Bailey Veith had a good serve. Good spike on the far side from Di Gregorio. Better block by Miller. Yurkovich with a power spike down the line. Very little opening down the line, but Yurkovich found it. 10-5, TJ.
No, when you can slam it down the line and pick your spot, and then you don't just get that way overnight. You got to work for it. And Yurkovich is senior.
Bailey Veith, another good serve. Ford City, that's Lasher from the back row. Good dig, Rachel Stover. Set up Veith, good hustle, but she hits it too far over Yurkovich. And Ford City will get a point back here. 6 will serve 10.
Now, so far, 5 unforced errors for Ford City, only 3 for Thomas Jefferson. TJ in the lead, 10-6.
Libero, Kenzie Lasher, back to serve for Ford City. The Lady Sabers, she gets it over, dug by Rachel Stover. There's Veith in the middle, sets over her head to Yurkovich. Dug out there by Justine Lasher. Now sets back up, that's Di Gregorio. She'll go long, good dig, Catherine Birch, who just checked in. Yurkovich on the far side will just have to force it over. Justine Lasher in the middle. There's 28, Di Gregorio setting. Good spike attempt there from Ford City. Kayla Smith, good hustle to get over and keep this play alive. Williard sets up now. Smith and Yurkovich tip over. On the other side, Ford City will set up Smith again. That one hits the net and falls over. Ford City recovers. Good volley here. Stover hits to Veith. Now Yurkovich with a big bomb from the back row. Dug out. That's going to be long. No, it stays. Stover hits up. Now it's Miller from the back row. Tipped and a good block there. Combination of 11, Williard, and 18, Christina Davis. Point for Ford City.
Oh, I got to tell you, Ford City's defense just withstood the power of TJ. And that's what they got to do to try to win this. Play good defense and then set that front court up.
And TJ gets a break there on a hit from Kenzie Lasher. She slams it right into the net. Service error. It's 11-7, and look out because now it's Allie Yurkovich. She has a good serve. Good low serve there. Dug out by Lasher, and that's an ace. Ace for Yurkovich on cue. 12-7 Jags.
Yeah, you're not kidding, boy. I tell you what, that ball just dives over the net and falls.
Yurkovich, another good serve, just barely clearing. Good dig, Lasher. They'll set middle. Davis, long. No, I think it was in. No, they do call it out. Long on the far side, so miss hit there for 18. Christina Davis, the senior, would like to have that one back.
Yurkovich has that line drive serve or that dive serve, and you got to prepare for both.
Yurkovich, another good serve. Ford City trying to set up back hit for Lasher. Dug by Yurkovich, but not well enough. Point for Ford City.
And again, Ford City, TJ with a mistake. Unforced error.
Yeah, Yurkovich just mishandled that. Couldn't tell if she wanted her hands up or down on that. Now a serve from Ford City. Hits it over, does 11 Williard. TJ digs, it goes all the way back to the Ford City side. And Ford City pressures to get it over, and it'll be a point for Thomas Jefferson. So I believe Ford City ran into the net there.
Carey.
Carey. Carey, thank you, Mike.
You're going to see a couple calls. You'll see carry, you'll see double hits, and you'll see net violations. I talk to the refs. They'll do this, and they'll do this.
Right.
after you talk to the refs, they tell you.
Reese Zandier with a good serve, but it just misses down the right side. Service air point Ford City. It's 14-9. 9 will serve 14 for Ford City.
Yeah, you can't afford to have somebody come off the bench and serve wide.
Zandier's been so good in the quarters and semis from her serve. She missed there. Miller digs. Veith tries to get up, but a great adjustment on the far side from Christina Davis. She saw that ball was going to float to that gray area in the middle where it's live to tip, and Davis hit it right down on top of Veith.
Tremendous effort by Davis in the semifinals. Was one of the key players and really hasn't got off the schneid yet early in this game.
Big serve there from 15, DiGregorio. Yurkovich gets it over, dug by the libero. Now dug out there, Yurkovich on the other side. Veith will set middle to Stover. Stover, good hit, but Lasher was there. That was Kenzie Lasher. Back row hit goes long. Out of play hit from DiGregorio. Stephanie DiGregorio, that was. Thomas Jefferson gets it served back, leading 15-10.
Yeah, 15-10, and TJ the higher seed, and this Ford City team withstood Freeport, but they got to start playing a little bit better than they are if they want to win this match.
Good serve, Megan Fitzgerald, far side, little long for Justine Lasher, but somehow makes an adjustment, and it tips off of a Thomas Jefferson player. I believe it was Stover, actually.
No, Madison Moran, I think.
Moran snuck in there, and it hit off of her and out of bounds. 15-11. Thomas Jefferson leads game one. That's 18 Williard. 18 Davis, who hits it into the top of the net. Service error again.
And Ford City's errors are piling up.
Yeah, they're trying to...
9 so far in this game to TJ's 6.
Maybe a little nerves in game one here, the WPIAL finals. Tipped up now off the serve from Miller. TJ will regroup. Rachel Stover with a bomb. It hits off of the combination of Freeman and Justine Lasher. Drops for a point.
Her fourth kill.
17-11 TJ. Natalie Miller, good serve. Dug there, 15 DiGregorio. Freeman, a little tip. Good play, Yurkovich, but it lands on her side. Mistimed her jump just a bit. Point for the Sabers.
Now, Freeman, you won't hear her called a lot, but more when she gets some key points in the middle and some key defensive plays.
Deep serve, it is out. Good read from Reese Zandier. She almost went to touch that. Abby DiGregorio hit it long. 18-12, Thomas Jefferson Stover back to serve.
And you'll see a lot of times where girls will play a ball that should be long, and you got to know where you're at on the court.
Justine Lasher with a big spike, but it's long again. Thomas Jefferson builds some momentum here, 19-12.
They're starting to walk away with this one in game one.
Tipped up by the libero Lasher. They'll go far side. That's Williard. Tipped off a Thomas Jefferson player, and it will bounce in. 19-13. Ford City gets a point back. They'll serve.
6-point lead, and Ford City needs a little bit of a run here. Still not out of this game, but they can't trade points right now. They got one of their better servers back there.
Justine Lasher, 5'9" junior. Jump serve is over. Rachel Stover digs. Megan Fitzgerald in the middle to Smith. Good adjustment from Smith, but Ford City will regroup now. Good hit. It's coming right at us. Out of play there, so Thomas Jefferson got the point.
Was that Smith on the hit?
Smith on the hit was long. 20-13. Bailey Veith will serve for Thomas Jefferson.
Timeout. Let's take one, too.
Timeout. We'll take one. We'll be right back here. You're listening to exclusive coverage of the 2014 WPIAL Girls Volleyball Championship, sponsored by Carlow University here on the MSA Sports Network.
You wake up for work. Why? You don't have a choice. You do the boss's bidding because you don't have a choice. But between the two events, my friend, you do have a choice. Now at McDonald's, choose a sausage McMuffin with egg sandwich plus any size McCafe coffee for just $3. Or choose 2 sausage McMuffin with egg sandwiches for the same $3. Now that's freedom of choice. There's something for everyone to love at McDonald's. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Attention Steelers Nation, are you ready to tailgate McDonald's style? Start with 2 legendary Big Mac sandwiches. Team them up with 2 tasty McDouble sandwiches, 2 medium world-famous fries, and a 10-piece chicken McNuggets, all for just $11.99. Introducing the new Steelers Fan Feast. With this many McDonald's favorites for only $11.99, there's no penalty for excessive celebration. There's something for every Steelers fan to love at McDonald's. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Life is about having the confidence.
Back at Baldwin High School here and on the MSA Sports Network. Thomas Jefferson had a long serve from Bailey Veith that went out of bounds. They got a quick come out of the timeout. We're sorry about that if you missed a couple points. Ford City got 2 points back. That was just a miss hit on the near side from TJ that went long. So it is 15 serving 20. It's the libero, Kenzie Lasher. She gets it over. Zandier digs. Veith sets up over her head. Jurkovic with a big bomb. Did that hit someone?
Yeah, it tipped. I thought it did. No,
no, they're just calling it long.
It hit the net. So the tip was the net. You saw the same thing I did. The ball changed direction.
Yeah, changed direction. But
that Ford City had it right in there.
Oh, you can't have that. After the timeout, you get a 3-point swing, and then Kenzie Lasher has a service error.
Didn't Kenzie Lasher just get done serving? How's she serving again?
I don't know, Mike. They're pulling a fast one on us. I didn't see it.
I could have swore, didn't she serve in the net last time?
Yeah, she did. You're right. And now a double hit on Ford City, and look out now because it's 22-16, and Jurkovic is back to serve.
Remember, she served into the net. We commented on a mistake. They come back out of timeout. She's serving again. I don't understand that. They missed that. The refs missed that.
Back over, and another double hit called on Ford City. 23-16. Ali Jurkovic set the serve. Another good serve. Dug out there from Ford City. They'll go far side. That's Williard, and she hits it directly into the net. Smith was a good presence there, but she didn't get a hand on it. Went into the net. Game point here in set number 1 for Jurkovic.
15 errors on Ford City right now. They've lost this game on their own.
Williard blocked there by Smith. Ford City keeps it alive. They'll get it over. That's Davis. Zandier keeps it up. Veith in the middle to Smith. Good touch shot, but right there for the positioning was Williard. Now they get it over. Smith gets another hand on it. It falls short. Smith again up for the block. Zandier, great diving dig. TJ keeps it alive. Catherine Birch. And off to the libero. Lasher comes near side. Bad set there. TJ has to regroup, though, as 15. DiGregorio got a hand on it. Miller with a spike. It's off the hand of Davis and out. Thomas Jefferson takes set 1, 25-16. And with that set, we'll take a break here. You were listening to exclusive coverage of the 2014 WPIAL Girls Volleyball Championship, sponsored by Carlow University on the MSA Sports Network.
Life is about having the confidence to know you can do anything, right? I get that at Carlow.
I graduated with top awards, but beyond the classroom, we learn a lot about myself.
Carlow brings out the best in you.
I know I'm going to be a fantastic nurse.
I know whatever I come across, I'll be prepared.
I can't think of a better place to start the rest of my life, because at Carlow, I know I matter.
I matter.
I matter.
Enroll at Carlow University. Visit carlow.edu.
UPMC Sports Medicine is the region's largest and most experienced center dedicated to caring for athletes of all levels. And as we celebrate more than 25 years of world-class care, we're proud to offer more services, have more physicians, and treat more student athletes than any other sports medicine provider in the region. Why would you choose to go anywhere else? To learn more, call 1-855-93-SPORT or visit upmcsportsmedicine.com.
The history books are filled with the names of great athletes and great teams from Western Pennsylvania. They share stories of great victories and stunning defeats, but they all have one thing in common. They know the championship season is the time to be first. First Commonwealth Bank, proud sponsor of the WPIAL and the best high school athletes in Western Pennsylvania. First Commonwealth, time to be first.
When looking to replace your athletic field, choose ProGrass, first in turf. ProGrass has installed over 500 fields in the U.S. Getting the best artificial turf for your field depends upon both the product and the partner you choose. That's why architects, athletic directors, and players choose the ProGrass Performance System. ProGrass maintains an active presence in the field turf industry as members of the Sports Turf Management Association and the American Sports Builder Association, and is proud to be recognized as a FIFA preferred manufacturer. Call ProGrass today at 866-270-6003 or visit them on the web at www.progressturf.com. ProGrass, first in turf.
Back here on the MSA Sports Network from Baldwin High School, Thomas Jefferson, the AA championship, WPIAL championship girls volleyball took set one, 25-16, and Reese Zandier is back to serve for Thomas Jefferson here to start game two.
Ford City on the near side, Thomas Jefferson on the far side. First, Thomas Jefferson left, Ford City right.
Ford City sets up for Lasher, but it's blocked by Stover, and somehow 3 hits. They got it back over to Ford City. Near side, there's Birch. Birch hits it right into the net. Ford City will take the 1-0 lead.
So early on, first game stats, Rachel Stover with 4 kills and 15 unforced errors for Ford City. They can't continue to do that if they want to win this one.
Serving is Christina Davis, dug by Reese Zandier. Goes far side there. TJ, good adjustment. Hit too long from Natalie Miller. 2-0 Ford City. While we have a second, I'd like to remind you, this game and broadcast rights to this game are the sole exclusive property of the WPIAL and MSA Sports Network. Any broadcast of this game is intended exclusively for the benefit of the listening audience, and any use, rebroadcast, or distribution of this broadcast without the express written consent of the WPIAL and MSA Sports Network is strictly prohibited.
Stover with the kill. You heard the blast.
Yeah.
And Stover off of the front line of Ford City. And well, I tell you what, if they can't stop her, they're going to be in trouble. That and the airs are killing Ford City right now.
Yeah, you said like 15 in game one.
If Thomas Jefferson continues on their path, this could be an easy 3-0.
Set up here from Deer Gorgo. Freeman. Dug out by Yurkovich. Good hustle by Zandier to keep it alive. Yurkovich gets it over, and it drops. That somehow drops. Miscommunication there from Ford City. Yurkovich, just a desperation hit over the head to get it over the net, and it drops for a point, 2-all.
And they look over, and I see Andrea Lasher telling her kids, calm down, calm down. And that's what she tries to do from the stands, keep them calm.
Freeman up, but blocked by Rachel Stover. Big block, 3-2 TJ.
That's another stat that you don't a lot of times know for sure, but the blocks are so key. That's just thwarts the other team's offense.
Fitzgerald will hit and hits it right into the net. She's been pretty solid from the service line early, but checks in there and hits it right into the net. We're tied at 3, service error.
Their second unforced error.
28, Abby DiGregorio serves. Zandier almost lost that one, but gets it up. TJ will just have to force it over the net. Set up for the near side. There's Lasher. Justine is a great hit, but it's too long. Far side, and referee Tim King had the call over there. It's long.
Yeah,
4-3 TJ.
Exactly. Second unforced error by Lasher.
Now Ford City on the serve from Natalie Miller will set up. That one's long again. That time it was 11 Blair Williard. 5-3 TJ.
That's her 4th long hit. She's leads the team in unforced errors right now.
Natalie Miller gets it over. Dug by Justine Lasher. They'll go right back to her for a spike, and that time it goes. Kill for Justine Lasher.
Her 3rd on the match.
4 will serve 5. Ford City Sabers and Thomas Jefferson Jaguars alongside Micah Zadian. I'm Cory Campano. AA WPIAL championships here. Justine Lasher gets it over. Dug by Miller. Fitzgerald, good adjustment to get it to Stover. She could have went for the kill, went for the touch, though. And Ford City has a chance to return. Good hit, but good dig from TJ. Yurkovich now, good spike. Good dug out there from number 5, Kenzie Lasher. They get it over. Miller sets up. Fitzgerald to Stover. Big kill from Rachel Stover.
6th And you can't set. You set her like that, there's nothing you could do to stop it because you high point the ball, which is a new big statement. High point, that's all we hear in football now, high point the ball. You high point the ball like that, you can't get in front of it.
Stover with a dig off the hit from Lasher. Moran sets up the middle, and it was a double hit.
Yeah, double hit on TJ.
Unforced error.
Yeah, not too many for them so far.
Yeah. Yeah, it sure seems total. Like the errors are coming on one side of the court, doesn't it, Mike?
11 so far.
Kenzie Lasher to serve, gets it over. Dug by Miller. Fitzgerald to set. Kayla Smith with a bomb. 32. Kayla Smith's been everywhere right now for TJ.
It's her second kill. She's got a handful of blocks, but her kills right now, they lead 7-5. And, you know, it's not a must-win for Ford City in game 2, but you pretty much have to. You don't want to get down to TJ.
It's as close to a must-win as you can get. Bailey Veith with a serve. Di Gregorio will set near side. That's 15. The other Di Gregorio. Stephanie gets a kill. Good hit down the line. Went off the hands of a TJ player.
Yeah, I like when there's sisters on both sides. You go Lasher, Lasher, Di Gregorio. How'd you like to do it with Di Gregorio, Lasher, Di Gregorio, or Di Gregorio, Lasher, Lasher? I mean, it's hard to say their full name. You just got to,
Especially with the longer last name of Di Gregorio.
Yep.
That's Blair Williard. She has no sisters on the team, but serves over there. In the middle, Kayla Smith mistimed her jump.
Well, really, she does. She has probably about 15 sisters because these teams are families.
Right.
You know how the volleyball players are.
I like it, Mike. I like it. Blair Williard continues to serve, dug by Rachel Stover. Bailey Veith, near side Jurkovic. Good bomb there. Good adjustment from Williard. Ford City gets it over, and they'll get a point out of it. Good little turn play there from Christina Davis. And the lead now 8-7 in favor of Ford City.
Her second kill. Lasher leads with 3, Di Gregorio and Davis with 2 each.
Williard, another good serve. Dug there from Miller. Veith will go long to Birch. Birch, great hit. Great hit, dropped right on the line for a kill. Catherine Birch makes it 8-all.
Yeah, that's tough to do, going left to right like that. Turning your body and going left-right, that is really tough to do. Coming into the game is Carly Smith for the first time.
Jurkovic serves over. They'll set middle. There's Davis with a bomb, and it is in. Christina Davis with a kill, and it's 9-8 Ford City here in game 2.
Look out when she gets going. When she gets going from the middle position, if they set her, she is extremely effective. Had a lot of fun talking to her after the semifinal victory on Thursday.
15, Stephanie Di Gregorio serves, and that one's out. Service error for Ford City. We're tied at 9.
I don't know if you caught what she does. Bounces the ball 3 times hard, spins the ball, does a little turn with her head and like a little bit of swag, and she's got a set. Next time she serves, watch her.
Reese Sandier, she puts a lot of knuckle on her serve. Comes up, dug out there from Lasher. Hit up there, Carly Smith. First time we've seen her, as Mike mentioned. Now TJ will regain control. Catherine Birch with a hit. Dug out there, that's Kenzie Lasher. Smith, back to Kenzie Lasher, up, Jurkovic hits. Veith will set middle to Stover. Good block, great attempt by Zandier to keep it alive for TJ. Now Justine Lasher hits it over, but TJ will regroup here. Back row hit for Jurkovic. No, they're going to call a double hit on Bailey Veith. So unforced error there, point for Ford City. We had a good volley there.
That's 13 unforced errors for them in the match so far. Ford City leads in that category, a category you don't want to lead in.
Hit now by Davis. Thomas Jefferson's Veith keeps it alive. Miller hits right off. That's Freeman again roaming the middle. Miller tried another kill, but was long. 11 will serve 9, Ford City Sabers.
All of a sudden, Thomas Jefferson's starting to pile up the airs now, Cory. And that's volleyball. You got to keep the airs down if you want to win. You can't continue to make mistakes.
Such a cliche, but it really is a game of runs. Rachel Stover gets TJ right back on the right track with an absolute bomb of a kill. Good set there from Bailey Veith.
Yeah, when you get a set like that to her, that is 7 kills on the game. Third in this. 7 kills on the match. Third in this game.
Megan Fitzgerald checks in to serve for TJ. Gets it over. Dug out there, 15, Di Gregorio. Now Lasher will just have to get it over. Zandier was there. Fitzgerald hits it up. Good hit from Fitzgerald, and then Natalie Miller was able to adjust. Freeman hit, and
net violation against TJ, I think. Pretty sure that's against TJ.
Yeah, TJ and Natalie Miller, I believe the call was against. It was 12-10 now, Ford City. Crowd
the fans don't like it.
Yeah.
Blair Williard comes in.
Smith will sit back down. Abby DiGregorio, the sophomore, to serve. Right to Reese Zandier. Here's Fitzgerald. Stover, look out, it's coming at us, but it was long. It was long. Point for Ford City, 13-10.
Her first mistake on the game. TJ won in 01-02. Ford City has never been to the final, have never been to the semifinal, and had never won a section championship until this year.
Zandier to Fitzgerald. Far side, good swing from Moran, good dig on the other side from Ford City. Now Justine Lasher will give it a go. That's a good hit, but it's long. TJ gets a point back. 11 will serve 13.
Lasher's made her fair share of errors so far in this game.
They keep trying to feed her, Mike, but it seems like her hit's just off right now.
19 unforced errors for Ford City.
In the middle, Freeman tried to go over Stover and was just unsuccessful, to say the least. Stover with a block that goes straight down for a point for TJ.
Stover with 8 kills on the match.
Ford City's 15. Stephanie DiGregorio gets it over. Miller now to Madison Moran. Moran hits it right off the net.
Yeah, Freeman was there for the kill. Good execution for Freeman, her second kill on the game. They lead by 2. Justine Lasher goes to serve.
14-12 is the lead by 2. Justine Lasher with the jump serve. It's over, dug out by Reese Zandier. Good back over the head set from Fitzgerald, and Stover gets another kill.
Well, I got to tell you something. When you set her like that, no one's going to stop you. You hit the ball over like that, easy dig, pass, and a great set. And it just shows you how important the setter is. You got a good setter,
yep.
Stover's going to be there all night long.
Absolutely. They put it in a position for her to hit. It's basically game over. DiGregorio over the head set to Freeman. Good swing. Dig by Miller. TJ hustles to it. Can't get it. Kill for Freeman.
Her third, and Freeman's another one. She's the middle hitter. She's not as tall as Stover is, but when the ball's near her, she's effective. The question becomes, she's not always near the ball. They don't always set her up.
When they get her opportunity, she can make plays. Kenzie Lasher gets it over. Dug by Miller. Fitzgerald goes far. Yurkovich, good hit. Ford City, an excellent job to keep it alive. Now Lasher hits it over. TJ will regroup here. Good little touch shot from Megan Fitzgerald. They've been setting the big hitters all day, and she found a little spot in the middle of the zone.
Yeah, you got to do that now and again if you want to be successful. You got to fool them now and again because the defense sets back. You got to find that open court, and you'll see that. It used to be years ago it was power, 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 power until some teams figured out, hey, what if we just tap it over real easy and find the soft spot?
Haley Veith gets it over. Christina Davis tries to go deep. TJ read it. And now that miscommunication, Kayla Smith does a nice job just to get it over the net. Drop shot on the other side from Ford City. That one didn't work. Yurkovich, good adjustment to the ball. Ford City regroups. And now official was trying to call something on the far side.
They're going to say...
I think they ran into the pole. I think Yurkovich,
hit the antenna. If it hits the antenna, it's a point. Ford City hanging in there. By 2. What a TJ crowd doesn't like it.
Yeah, good showing from the TJ crowd here today. 16 to serve 14 for Ford City in the lead in game 2. Yurkovich keeps it alive. Kayla Smith will swing down. It's right at 15 DiGregorio. Big swing there from Davis. Christina Davis gets a kill, and Ford City goes up 3 here in game 2.
All of a sudden, they've rebounded from a tough, we'll keep things here, a tough first game. A game 1 which they really never had a shot. They were tied at 4, went down early, and TJ went up 19-12, easily walked away, won by 9, 25-16. This game's been back and forth. It's been close. No team has really held more than a couple of point lead, and all of a sudden, TJ starting to make more mistakes, and Ford City finally getting their offense on track as Davis with 4 kills, Freeman with 3, and Lasher with 3. Those 3 are going to need to carry the offense. They're finally getting them on track, and they found a way so far to at least hold Rachel Stover down. She's got 9 kills, but in the last 10 to 15 points, she's been ineffective.
They're shaking TJ up a little bit. If TJ gets rolling, they're hard to stop at Ford City. When you play a game like this, you shake everybody's confidence just enough. Williard hits. Stover digs, but it's too long, and just like that, Ford City regroups on another point. They hit it back over off of Ali Yurkovich. 18-14 in favor of the Sabers. And it will be 11, Blair Williard to serve. It's over to Zandier. Haley Veith sets up middle. That's Yurkovich from the back row. What a bomb. Ali Jurkovic with a kill. From the back row, she got all of that one. 18-15 now, lead cut to 3. Ford City, it would be huge if they could tie things up here with a win in this set. On the serve, here's Ford City returning, it's Lasher. Dug there, great effort from Jurkovic. They set up Miller, who's way long.
Well, a couple more mistakes in this game for TJ than in game number 1. They've piled up on them. They've got 17 to Ford City's 19, so they're almost even. Love the swag by DiGregorio.
There it is, Mike. You said it, the swag, and now it's back over. TJ tried to return the serve. It dropped right up, or popped right up, I should say, to Christina Davis, who swung down 20-15 Ford City.
Watch DiGregorio bounce.
Yeah, here she goes.
Bounce, twirl the ball. A little bit of swag, a little bit of jump, a little bit of swag. You like that?
And gets it over. Zandier returns, hit on the other side, and I believe in the middle, Smith or Veith, one of them two ran into the net.
Well, TJ, the mistakes are piling up.
Sure
I love
are.
watching DiGregorio serve. It's just that set, that routine, and we're going to time out. We'll take one, too.
We'll be right back here. You're listening to exclusive coverage of the 2014 WPIAL Girls Volleyball Championships, sponsored by Carlow University here on the MSA Sports Network.
MSA Sports broadcasts are now available on both Android and iOS devices. Just navigate to the game of your choice, and on your mobile device, press the arrow or play button. It's that easy. No app needed. No matter where you are, MSA Sports content is available at your fingertips via your iPad, Android phone, iPod, and iPhone. Anytime, anywhere, always there. The MSA Sports Network.
Back here on the MSA Sports Network from Baldwin High School, alongside Mike Azadian, I'm Cory Campano. Thomas Jefferson trails 21-15 in this set after winning set number 1. And Ford City, it is still 15. Stephanie DiGregorio back to serve. She sets the serve. Gets it over, and that one is out. Service error for Stephanie DiGregorio. TJ gets a point back, and that's just huge. Absolutely huge on that service error, and Reese Zandier will serve for TJ. So the service error from Stephanie DiGregorio could loom large here. Lasher gets it over. It hit off the hands of a TJ player to start and then went out of bounds. 22-16, Ford City gets its serve back with a 6-point lead.
15 serve errors for Ford City in game number 1. Only 5 in this game.
Christina Davis on the serve. Jurkovic up the Veith. They'll try and set Stover. No, far side. It's Miller. Drop shot doesn't go. Now set up Freeman in the middle. Stover gets a hand on it. Set up back in the middle again. Over Stover this time, and it drops right in front of Reese Zandier. Diving effort. Dropped right in front of her. 23-16. Boy, Ford City, this would be huge if they could tie things up here.
Yeah, it's a soft little touch by Abby DiGregorio for the winner.
Christina Davis with the serve. Zandier to Veith. To Stover with a bomb off of Freeman. Another kill for Rachel Stover. Freeman was there positionally, but boy, was that ball hit hard.
6 for her this game, 10 on the match.
Megan Fitzgerald checks in to serve. It's over. Dug there, 23, Carly Smith. They come near side, and it's a double hit on Ford City. 18 will serve 23, TJ.
Well, you hate seeing those kind of things, but it's so tough, that double hit. It's extended contact with the ball, according to what the referees have told me. You just cannot stay with the ball very long.
Oh, Stover's right there. Lasher kind of had to adjust on a bad set. Goes two hands to try and get it over. We're going to have another timeout here.
Keep things here.
And we will stay here on the MSA Sports Network. Stover gets the block kill there. It's 23-19, Ford City, and listen to the student section of TJ.
Yeah, they're doing a great job. And probably the student section was strong for Ford City the other night. Where are they at? It's all whole Ford City side over here with some TJ folks. But the TJ kids have come up strong here today with dressed up like in USA gear.
Yeah, they were
red, white, and blue.
Same way for quarters and semis. They had a good turnout. This is the best turnout they've had.
Everybody wants to see a winner.
Oh, absolutely. It's the championship.
Exactly.
Serve now, Megan Fitzgerald. Back from the timeout. Ford City tries to settle down here and get a win. It's popped up. Stover keeps it alive, but not alive enough, I guess, on the far side. Good hustle from Jurkovic to try and keep it. Game point here in set 2 for Ford City.
Boy, the errors for TJ have just piled up. Too many unforced errors.
That serve is long, but barely. 28, Abby DiGregorio would like to have that back. 20-24. Coming up now will be Natalie Miller. Now we get a little battle with the student sections, as always. Over the head to Lasher for Ford City. It drops in. Game 2 belongs to the Sabers. We're tied at 1, and we will take a break here. Come back for set 3. You're listening to exclusive coverage of the 2014 WPIAL Girls Volleyball Championship, sponsored by Carlow University, the MSA Sports Network.
Life is about having the confidence to know you can do anything, right? I get that at Carlow.
I graduated with top awards, but beyond the classroom, Carlow helped me learn a lot about myself.
Carlow brings out the best in you.
I know I'm going to be a fantastic nurse.
I know whatever I come across, I'll be prepared.
I can't think of a better place to start the rest of my life, because at Carlow, I know I matter.
I matter.
I matter.
Enroll at Carlow University. Visit carlow.edu.
The natural gas delivery system is extremely safe. Leaks do occur on occasion. People's Natural Gas would like to remind you to use your senses, smell, sight, and sound to detect the warning signs of a natural gas leak. If you believe there is a natural gas leak, leave the area immediately and then call your natural gas company's emergency service line or dial 911. These lines are available for natural gas emergencies 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Visit peoples-gas.com to learn more. This message is brought to you as a public service from Peoples, your hometown natural gas company.
Make sure to follow the MSA Sports Network on social media this season for breaking news, scores, links to our articles, and much more. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/MSA Sports and get in on the conversation with thousands of local sports fans. Follow us on Twitter at MSA Sports and check out our YouTube channel, MSA Sports WPIAL, for hundreds of video interviews with local student athletes, game highlights, and more. Whether it's Twitter, Facebook, or our websites, MSA Sports is the place to go for high school sports in Western Pennsylvania.
Back here in the MSA Sports Network for Game 3 of the AA WPIAL Girls Volleyball Championships. Alongside Mike Azadian, I'm Cory Campano. Mike, we've had a great 2 first sets here. TJ won the first one 25-16. Ford City comes back to tie it.
I think first set was TJ and their power up front with Rachel Stover with 4 kills. But
they got away from it, though.
And then second set was Ford City's defense and mistakes by TJ. We're at 1-1, and if it continues the way it is, we're probably going to go 5, but you got to wonder when that power is going to come back again for TJ.
Mike, same thing as single A. Whoever's on the far side wins every game.
That's weird because the backgrounds are about the same.
Yeah.
It's awful bizarre.
15, Stephanie DiGregorio to serve first in Game 3. Dug by Jurkovic. It's too far, though, and Lasher will come down with a big kill to start for Ford City.
And she took a while to get going. She really didn't do much in Game 1, and she is at 4th kill now. She is second to Davis, who has 5. 11 for Stover so far for TJ.
Boy, Ford City is really pumped up now after coming back to tie it in Game 2. Bad service error there from Stephanie DiGregorio. Didn't even make it to the net. We're tied at 1.
That's unusual for her. That's 24 team errors.
TJ's Megan Fitzgerald checks in again to serve. Number 13 of the Jaguars. Jump serve is over. Dug by Lasher. Hit up DiGregorio. There's Davis. Little tip shot didn't go. Fitzgerald will set near side Natalie Miller with a good swing. Did that hit off a player or no? No, they're going to call it out. So an error from Miller. She hit it long.
Early in this match, and sometimes it's hard to carry momentum, and Ford City seems to be doing it.
Davis hits it over. Dug by Zandier. Set up now. Big kill from Stover. No. Drops in. She hit it so hard that it hit off the player digging from Ford City. I believe it was Davis. Bounced all the way back on the Thomas Jefferson side and hit right inside the back line. 3 serving 1 in favor of Ford City. Christina Davis serves. Dug by Yurkovich. Fitzgerald to Stover. Stover with a good hit right at 15, DiGregorio. Now Davis gets it over. Fitzgerald to Yurkovich. Here's Madison Moran. She gets it over. Good dig on the far side, Carly Smith. Justine Lasher with a bomb. Good hit from TJ to return. Nice job, Stover and Natalie Miller, the combination far side.
Yeah, these teams are in for a battle. I don't see I thought maybe if Ford City would struggle in game 2, it could be 3-0 TJ. But Ford City proved their worth here in that comeback win game 2.
Freeman tried to spike and hit it right into Stover. TJ now regroups. Far set Yurkovich hits it out of play. Hit off the antenna and bounce wide. 4-2 Ford City.
It's amazing the amount of airs that are pounding.
Yeah,
TJ.
He didn't see it at all in set 1.
After air after air. And you know, when you keep making airs like that, you just keep the other team in the game. You keep them around.
Abby DiGregorio to serve for Ford City. Dug by Zandier. Fitzgerald. Upset Stover. Nice touch shot. Easy kill there for TJ. That looked too easy, Mike.
Yeah, and sometimes, who got that one? Was that Stover?
That was Stover again.
Stover again. That is 12 for her. I'm sorry, 11 for her.
Good serve off the hands on the far side from DiGregorio. Ford City just has to get it over. Carly Smith. Fitzgerald sets near side. Yurkovich hits it off the net again. Yurkovich just not in a rhythm yet. She was big in the quarters and semis.
And it's that little bit, a little bit early jump,
yeah,
or a little bit late jump, and the timing is so big.
Split second can time it off.
Timing is huge.
Yep. Lasher on the serve. TJ regrouped Stover from the back row. Hits it right at Christine. No, I'm sorry, that was Kenzie Lasher. Hit back over by Ford City. TJ regroups. There's Yurkovich. Gets a good swing there. Good block, Ford City. Then Yurkovich tried to recover and couldn't.
Yeah, great block up front by Freeman. And now they're seeing that TJ is moving everything left to Yurkovich. They're putting their front court defense against her. TJ's going to have to switch things around.
Yeah, Ron Kelly looked a little disgusted after that one, the head coach for Thomas Jefferson. They go again to Yurkovich. Same spot. She messes up again and hits it into the antenna.
Wow.
She's getting frustrated. Just got to calm down if you're TJ.
And it's a timeout for TJ, and that's what he's saying. Their head coach, Ron Kelly, has got to be saying, look, let's switch things around a little bit, because once it's known what you're doing, it becomes easier to defend it. If you're doing things right on defense, it's going to be easier to defend it. If you don't know it's coming, maybe it's going to go into the middle to Stover. Maybe it's going to go on the other side to Kayla Smith. If you don't know that, then you can't defend all 3 areas. But when you consistently go to the same person,
and Mike,
it's like banging your head against the wall.
What's crazy about that, too, is you've seen TJ's ability to go away from that. Stover on a little touch shot. Megan Fitzgerald with a little drop from the middle, just a two-hander to get in the middle of the zone. Sometimes you just can't keep going to the same big hitter. I think that's what you're getting at, and Freeman's all over it right now defensively.
And this Ford City team, maybe a team of destiny. A lot of younger kids on the team, and 4 solid seniors, a team in the last year of existence of the school, and they would love nothing more to win a title.
They have an error there as Kayla Smith jumped up to block Lasher, but Lasher hit it low right into the net. 7-4 now. TJ has some substitutions. Birch and Veith check in. It looks like Veith will come in to serve. She will.
That's another thing. TJ with a lot more substitution. The cohesiveness maybe not there. It is for Ford City because they're all used to playing the same 6 or 7.
Lasher hits it up on the serve from Veith. There's DiGregorio right at Miller. Good dig. TJ Yurkovich, same spot. And that one, she gets to go. No, Ford City, nice job to recover. They get it over. Good dig, Natalie Miller. Veith, back row, there's Stover. Hits it over. Dug out there, DiGregorio. 11, Willard sets up. Williard, excuse me. And a good push there. 3, Justine Lasher found a soft spot in the back left corner. 8-4, Ford City.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, game 3 is so important. You win game 1. If you win game 2, obviously you're up 2-0. But if you lose game 2, now you're at 1-1. Game 3 becomes so important because obviously the winner has one more game to win the title.
Kayla Smith with a bomb for TJ and a kill, and it gets TJ back on the right side of things now. They need to build off of this. It's 8-5.
Her first kill in a long time. Her third. Boy, they call it the net.
Yurkovich, good serve. 28, DiGregorio serves far side. The combination of Smith and Miller were there, but I think it went right into the net, Mike.
Stover, Birch, Smith. 3 girls taller than anybody on Ford City. Same thing as against Freeport. 3 or 4 girls taller, height advantage, depth advantage. But Ford City won't let that bother them.
Kayla Smith gets it over, now has to regroup on the good D from Christina Davis. Birch, good hit, dug by Lasher. DiGregorio sets far side. That's Justine Lasher with a hit off of Kayla Smith. Drops on the TJ side. Point, Ford City.
I don't know if you saw what happened there. Lasher went up as Davis went up, and Davis kind of screened.
Yeah, seen that a couple times.
And that is a tremendous hit. Tremendous coaching by Andrea Lasher to get those girls to do that and confuse TJ.
To serve, dug out by Jurkovic. Bailey Veith on the recovery to Natalie Miller. Just floats it over. Ford City regroups in the middle. Christina Davis goes right at Veith. Jurkovic sets there. Natalie Miller, a little running hit. Soft spot of the defense. She gets a kill. Drops right in the middle of that zone, Mike.
And that is the first time.
Yeah.
Second kill for Miller.
Second for Natalie Miller. Reese Zandier, the libero, checks in to serve for TJ. Good serve. There, Kenzie Lasher all over it. Justine hits it now. Blocked by Stover. Ford City, nice job to regroup. They get it over, and it is...
That has to be in.
It's in.
Oh,
Far side judge Tim King said it hit the line.
And she watched it, did Reese Sander watch it fall in front of her. You got to know where you're at on the court.
Yeah, Reese would like to have that one back. She was running right at it and just looked like intentionally let it drop. Serve from Ford City. It's a good one. Zandier gets it to Veith. Middle, Stover. Hits it off the hands of Davis. Ford City gets a chance to swing. Double hit. TJ will get a point.
And I understand why you have double hit as a call, but that's so frustrating. And it's just a matter of extended contact. And that's the toughest call, I think, in almost any sport to call. But the referees are there. They're used to calling it, and they count in their head. If it's more than a couple seconds, they call it.
Fitzgerald, good serve. Ford City regrouping. Justine Lasher gets it over. Fitzgerald will bump there. Set up by Jurkovic and Miller with a good swing, but it's right at Kenzie Lasher. Justine Lasher, dig from Zandier. Fitzgerald near side. Natalie Miller, bomb. It's long. Got a good contact on that one, but just missed. Tim King's been active over there.
Yeah,
seems like every call's he's been the one that had to make it.
We got the barber in front of us.
11 will serve 8. 18, Christina Davis serves to Zandier. Fitzgerald looking for Stover. Stover ran right into the net, I believe.
Yeah, it was kind of pushed into the net by Birch. They kind of bumped each. Now check that. Madison Moran bumped into her, and they both hit into the net violation. That's a tough one because she probably would have had a kill there. With communication issues.
Yep. And TJ just looks off their game right now. Davis serves. Thomas Jefferson looks for a point. They go to Stover, and they get one. Another kill for Rachel Stover.
That's 12 for her. And she, 4 in the first game, 6 in the second game, but they lost that second game.
Natalie Miller over on the serve. DiGregorio sets Freeman in the middle. Over Stover. Moran got a hand on it, and it works. Madison Moran, good little swing there, gets it over. TJ building momentum. It'll be 10 serving 12. It's Natalie Miller. Hit up by Justine Lasher of Ford City. Drop shot. Great dig from Megan Fitzgerald. TJ just gets it over. Jurkovic. Set up here, Ford City. Justine Lasher, they've been setting her up often. Zandier with a good dig. Fitzgerald, excellent. Excellent time to use the drop shot.
Boy, I got to tell you, when you see that seam in the defense, and you got to take advantage of it, but it's a placement. It's a placement. We'll keep things here. You take that chance it's going to go in the middle. Sometimes it's going to work. If you hit it too high, they recover, and then they can set their offense. So that's the chance you take. If you don't get that shot right away, then the defense recovers, and all of a sudden you're in trouble. But you take that chance, you find that, but you got to kind of look and see the ball at the same time, and it just doesn't happen overnight. It takes time to learn how to play like that.
You got to know where the defense is moving too. The thing that could be positive for TJ to keep going to the left side, Ford City's going to float there. So if you get your setters to realize that, maybe drop one in there. Fitzgerald's done it twice, and it's worked both times.
And it's a game of adjustments, just like baseball, just like football, just like anything else. And after the timeout,
And that's
service error.
You can't have that. Can't have that if you're TJ. Natalie Miller hits it long. You got Ford City on the ropes a little bit. They call a timeout. Service error. Now it's 13-11 Sabers. DeGregorio with a serve. Zandier has it. The Fitzgerald middle Stover. Nice little left-hand adjustment. Ford City does a good job to return. Fitzgerald, near side Jurkovic. She gets it there. They get Ali Jurkovic back on track. TJ's a dangerous team.
Yeah, and you are right. She made a ton of mistakes early on, but she has seemed to be out of that funk a little bit. She made about 4 errors in a row at one point, and now seems to be on her game.
Stover, good serve. Justine Lasher, who's been getting a lot of swings lately, gets another one, and that's a kill. Right in front of Megan Fitzgerald. What a beautiful hit there from number 3, Justine Lasher.
That's her 6th kill on the game.
They've been feeding her more and more here, Mike.
Yeah, Lasher and Davis. Davis has been kind of quiet lately.
Hit Natalie Miller. Diggs there. Jurkovic, a bomb. Good job, Ford City, all over it. It was on the touch first from Freeman. Zandier hits it up. Fitzgerald to Smith. Wasn't there. Ford City returns. Good dig, Natalie Miller. Fitzgerald comes here. It's a bad set. Jurkovic, excellent adjustment. Excellent adjustment. Ford City now, Lasher. Dug out there from Fitzgerald. Miller, far side, Madison Moran. Little touch shot right in the middle of the zone. Great hit, Madison Moran.
That's her first kill, and I got to tell you, Thomas Jefferson playing a lot better right now. Their defense is really spurring them on. At backcourt, Natalie Miller with a tremendous dig. Reese Zandier with a tremendous dig. Those two have been solid in the back.
Bailey Veith on the serve. It's a good one. Kenzie Lasher to DeGregorio in the middle. Freeman, great hit there. Eludes Kayla Smith and finds that soft spot again. Middle of the zone. It's open on both sides.
I got to tell you something about Freeman. She is a tremendous athlete, a tremendous jumper, and you got to wonder why she's not an outside hitter.
Yeah.
Well, probably because Justine Lasher and Stephanie DeGregorio are so good, but Freeman in the middle is a great athlete. When she gets the jumps, look out.
Birch had a good adjustment there for TJ, and then a double hit on the Ford City side. So it's 14 to serve 15. Ali Jurkovic will serve for Thomas Jefferson.
About equal on errors, 29 for Ford City, 28 for TJ.
Good serve there. Tough spin on that ball. TJ will regroup. They dig it out. Here's Jurkovic, far side. Good swing there. Catherine Birch.
Her second kill of the night. Kills Miller with 2, Jurkovic with 4, 2 for Fitzgerald, 12 for Stover, 1 for Moran, 2 for Birch, 3 for Smith. It's spread all the way around.
Good serve, Jurkovic. Natalie Miller will swing on the return from Ford City, and it works out. TJ's first lead in a while.
Well, Ford City's starting to pile the errors up. And really, they only have a couple of girls, 3 girls with major kills. It's not spread around as much as it is with TJ.
And actually, that's TJ's first lead of the game. Now far side Ford City answers.
The barber makes the call.
Kill for
That's what he thought. It's so funny because when I asked the name, Loyal Dean, Bill Lushway, and Tim King all went, "That's the barber, that's the barber." They kept, pointing him out to me, Bob Venom. A barber up in Greentree, real close to MSA headquarters.
16 all. Veith sets up Smith. Good swing. Ford City does a nice job to recover. First hit from Kenzie Lasher, but now that one's long. Swing there was from Williard, and that was long. 17-16 TJ.
How do you think Bob Venom would feel when me and Don Rebel or you all show up one day at his barbershop? I know you guys from the volleyball championships. He's right down the road from us.
Zandier set the serve. Hit there from 15, DeGregorio. They set up Davis in the middle. Good dig, Bailey Veith. Stover knew it was wide open. A little touch kill. The bounce came back to her, and she found the middle of the zone. What resilience here from TJ.
And that's so tough. You got to watch the carry on that. You got to tap it, and you got to watch. Sometimes you get called on a carry on that.
And assistant coach Jurkovic, Allie's mom on the side, just said the same thing you were saying, Mike. Got to watch the carry there. Allie Jurkovic, good hustle dig. Veith to Stover. Stover. Good hit there. Great job, Kenzie Lasher, to be in position. TJ will regroup. Far side, that's Birch. Good adjustment, but she hit it into the net. Ford City gets a point back. 18-17, still in favor of the Jags.
And all of a sudden, both teams mainly getting points because of the other team's errors in this game. Game 1, it was Ford City's errors, hurt them. Game 2, it was TJ's errors, hurt them. This game, it's about even, but both teams just giving points to the other.
Stover with a hit over for TJ. But Ford City all over it. Davis, great touch shot. Miller, great dig. TJ keeps it alive. Now they go to Lasher, does Ford City. It was hit there, was interrupted on the hit. We'll see what the call is here.
That's a net violation. No, that's double hit.
Yeah, point for TJ.
Well, the mistakes really piling up for Ford City. And you got to wonder if being tired has anything to do with it. In and out of the lineup, we're seeing 7 to 9 girls playing for TJ. A lot of girls sitting down, getting a break.
Fitzgerald with the serve. Near side comes Davis for Ford City. Fitzgerald digs. Yurkovich sets far side. That's Moran. Good adjustment. She gets a kill. Madison Moran with her second of the game.
Boy, it's so tough. And a timeout, we'll take one too.
Yeah, we'll be right back here. You're listening to exclusive WPIAL coverage of the 2014 Playoffs Volleyball Championship, sponsored by Carlow University, only here on the MSA Sports Network.
Pride in the company they've built and their growing presence in Pittsburgh. Strong values, steadfast dedication, and unwavering commitment extends well beyond the walls of S-Mark facilities into virtually every facet of our local communities. From ongoing support for critical health and human services for families and children to youth sports and recreation programs. It's the many faces of S-Mark that touch lives, instill hope, and provide opportunities to enhance and enrich the world around us. S-Mark is proud to extend its support of local communities through its sports sponsorship with the MSA Sports Network.
Back here from Baldwin High School alongside Mike Azadian, I'm Cory Campano. Game 3, we're tied at 1. Ford City TJ, 20-17 in favor of TJ. They didn't lead until it was 16-15. Ford City had led the entire way. Stover gets a kill off of Christina Davis. It goes out of bounds. What a big swing there for TJ.
14 kills for Stover.
And listen to the crowd here. Megan Fitzgerald serves. Ford City looking for an answer, and they do. No, 4 hits, no. They let it go 3. TJ to Stover again. Popped up in the air. Ford City regroups and gets it over. Good job by Davis. Fitzgerald, middle to Stover. Stover, good swing, good job. Kenzie Lasher, all over it positionally. Natalie Miller now for TJ to Yurkovich. They just have to roll it over. Ford City will set up. Justine Lasher goes to Yurkovich. And they're going to call running into the net there? No, TJ's arguing for a call.
Yeah, I tell you why, wow. It might not have got called. I'll tell you why.
Wow.
I was told by the referees, if the net is swaying and you go up to hit and you hit the net because the net sways into you.
They did call it.
They called it. They reversed it.
Late call.
Originally it wasn't called. They say if the net sways and that's the cause, but they decided to change it.
Mike, I'm telling you, it clearly looked like she hit right down on the net. I think that was a good call by the officials.
But originally it didn't get called that way. But that can happen where the net causes it.
Moran gets a hit off a block from Ford City. Now Davis just floats it over. Moran hits Zandier and Moran both going after it. Went out of bounds. And that's a point for Ford City. They now trail. It'll be 18 serving 22 here in game 3.
They need a little bit of a run. You can't trade points here, and they're going to need something from one of their better players, Davis.
Davis is back there to serve, number 18. 5'7" senior gets it over. Zandier digs. Fitzgerald, Stover in the middle. Swing, but all over it is Ford City. Stover swings again. It bounces back to her, but Ford City regroups. Justine Lasher with the swing. Bounces onto the Ford City side. Christina Davis right into the net. Bad error there.
Lots of errors for Ford City. That side of the court is negative this time. It was positive in the last game.
Natalie Miller over the net. Ford City setting up. They'll go right back to Lasher. Fitzgerald, good job to wait on the adjustment. Freeman hit and couldn't hit it back over. Mistakes building up for Ford City. 24, I think they have that score wrong, as that's TJ's point.
I'm pretty sure you're right.
They have 23-19 up there. It was just 23-18. That was a point for TJ.
And the head coach looking over there, and I'm surprised that's not been corrected.
Ron Kelly's signaling over there that it should be 20. And no, the point did go to Ford City.
Interesting. So it's 20.
Didn't see the call there, Mike.
So it's 23-19.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
So the point went to Ford City. Thought it was Thomas Jefferson. We were mistaken here. Everyone else was in the gym, I think. Stover tips it over. Ford City, and a miscommunication. Can't have that happen. Cannot have that happen at this stage of the game. 24-19 TJ.
Ford City.
Rachel Stover will serve for the win.
Ford City's mistakes crushed them in game 1, crushing them in game 2. TJ's playing well, but Ford City is just hurting himself.
Justine Lasher on the tip shot. Moran's there. Miller sets right up over to Yurkovich. Yurkovich the swing. TJ takes game 3, 25-19. We'll be right back here. You're listening to exclusive coverage of the 2014 WPIAL Girls Volleyball Championship, sponsored by Carlow University, here on the MSA Sports Network.
Attention business owners and marketing managers. MSA Sports Network offers a cost-effective way to expand your advertising efforts, increase your bottom line, and promote your brand and services in the communities you serve. Offering you flexible marketing plans with numerous multimedia combinations, the ability to target your local customers within a 5 to 10 mile radius of your business, industry exclusivity, available via sport, season, community, or region, and outstanding return on investment with all MSA Sports sponsorship opportunities. MSA Sports Network represents the most efficient and effective ad placement in the broadcast industry. To learn more about advertising opportunities on the MSA Sports Network, contact Glenn Anderson at 412-362-2000, extension 2225, or ganderson@msa.com.
MSASports.net is the place to click on every day this fall.
On Mondays, we have the latest MSA Sports Top 10 football rankings.
Tuesday is a look back at the biggest and best plays from the previous Scholastic football weekend with the plays of the week.
We go big game hunting on Wednesday with a preview of the top 4 WPIAL football contests.
I'll look into my crystal ball on Thursday with the wildly popular Chicks Picks.
Also on Thursday, we preview the college football slate in the region for the upcoming weekend, then we recap those games each and every Sunday.
A complete rundown of all the games comes your way on Friday, plus plenty of broadcasts to choose from on Friday nights.
On Saturday, we'll take a look at the top performances with Friday night highlights. Then on Sunday, a look back at the previous day's high school standouts with Saturday's Scholastic Stars.
Anytime, anywhere, always there this fall with the MSA Sports Network at MSASports.net.
UPMC Sports Medicine is the region's largest and most experienced center dedicated to caring for athletes of all levels. And as we celebrate more than 25 years of world-class care, we're proud to offer more services, have more physicians, and treat more student athletes than any other sports medicine provider in the region. Why would you choose to go anywhere else? To learn more, call 1-855-93-SPORT or visit upmcsportsmedicine.com.
The MSA Sports Network is more than just high school football this fall. Log on to MSASports.net for coverage of all other Scholastic fall sports with schedules, results, and rankings of boys and girls soccer. We'll also have results and postseason coverage of girls tennis, boys and girls golf, and cross country. Plus results and rankings along with weekly matches involving the MSA Sports Hometown Girls Volleyball program. The best coverage of all WPIAL fall sports is only here on the MSA Sports Network.
Back here at Baldwin High School for set 4. TJ looks to end it. Right now they're up 2-1. Alongside Mike Azadian, I'm Cory Campano. Mike, it has been a good day of volleyball here so far from Baldwin High School, and it's only looking to get better.
Greensburg Central Catholic wins their first title, or second title in 2 years. Defending champion Bishop Canevin goes down, and Ford City, they're in their first final ever, first section championship ever. Thomas Jefferson trying to win the first title since 2002.
And it's Reese Zandier to start game 4. Serves it over. On the return is 15. Stephanie DiGregorio gets it over. Great diving effort by Yurkovich. But that's way out of bounds. Point for Ford City.
Rachel Stover with 14 kills, 4, 6, and 4. She leads everybody. Justine Lasher with 6. Christina Davis with 5. I'll make sure I got the right... Christina Davis with 5.
And a service ace there for Ford City. That was Davis.
They haven't had many aces. Up 2-0 early on, and they're determined to get it to set number 5. Have to win 4 to get set at the 5. Down 2-1.
Big there, Yurkovich. Bailey Veith goes in the middle. Good adjustment from Stover, and it drops. No, what an excellent effort from Davis on the back row. But it didn't work, and that's a kill for Stover. Another kill for Rachel Stover. Even when you don't hear it, she finds ways to get kills. It'll be serving back there for Thomas Jefferson is I believe that's her third serving.
Exactly, third serving here. 31 total errors for them, 36 for Ford City. They were about even in the middle after game 2, and Ford City with a lot of errors in game number 3.
Set up here to Stover for TJ. Hits off of Freeman and bounces on the Ford City side. Another kill for Rachel Stover.
She's got 15, boys. She's determined to get 20 plus with her height and her position.
Good low serve. Sorry, Mike. Good low serve there from Miller. And Ford City does a nice job to recover. That was 28, Abby DiGregorio that hit that one off of the hands of Stover, and it's 4-2 Ford City here in set 4.
Her second kill. Starting to spread things around a little bit, Ford City is.
Justine Lasher, good serve there. That's an ace. Drops right over the net and rolls straight in the middle of the zone. Natalie Miller gave a good diving attempt. Off her hands, point for the Sabers.
And it's amazing how that side was so good in match 1, so bad in game 2.
Amazing. You said it, Mike. Backgrounds are about the same here. Ford City tries the return and bounces on their own side on the attempt from Stephanie DiGregorio. TJ gets a point back, and it is 3 to serve 5. Rachel Stover, who has been as advertised in this game, goes back to serve. Right at Kenzie Lasher, Justine Lasher now to DiGregorio. Hit is long, right in front of the official. Went out of play. 4 to serve 5 now. TJ really would like to end this in 4. You get into that 5th match.
Anything can happen.
Yeah.
One bad run, a couple of bad plays, and it's over.
Justine Lasher, good hit. TJ will set up on the return. There's Jurkovic coming right at us. And they're calling, the crowd's calling for a tip. And I believe that's what they call. Tip for, and it's a kill for Jurkovic.
Exactly.
5-all now.
Ooh, North Allegheny got some tall girls on their team, don't they?
Yep. They're waiting to play next. Returned over here. TJ has it. Jurkovic drops it down. Return on the way from Freeman. Good little spot there. And that was 33. Tyree Freeman found the kill on the near side just past Madison Moran of TJ.
She's got 5.
It's 6-5, Ford City. Kenzie Lasher serves now. Serve goes just out. The Barber had the call.
You cannot have that. That's too many errors for Ford City. They're not going to be able to compete against this quality opponent. These many errors.
6-6, game 4. Bailey Veith, number 6 for TJ in the serve. Thomas Jefferson looking for their first title since 2002. Can win it here if they win game 4. Here's side, here's DiGregorio with a swing. Smith adjusts just to keep it alive. Zandier hits it over. Ford City regrouping now. Davis, that was a big kill there. Wow, a lot of power behind that one.
6th for her. They spread it around a little bit. Boy, Davis and Lasher, 1-2 punch. And you had Freeman in there, who's kind of quiet, but she's got 5 as well.
Ford City, for lack of height, is a terrific team.
I'm telling you. And that's exactly what I found out the other night. They were out height by, 4 or 5 girls taller than anybody on the court for them. Same thing here today.
And they play great D as they just did there. Jurkovic had a big swing, but they were all over it. Birch with a swing now. Tips off the front line. Hands of Davis, drops in the middle of the zone. Kill for Birch, and it's 7-7.
Her 3rd kill of the evening. And it's tough to you can't expect to outlast teams every single game. You have to have some height, and they're just not able to do that.
In the middle, Davis gets a tip, but it's returned on her side from Kayla Smith. Double hit, point TJ. And they're actually going to call it a block kill for Smith.
Yeah, still early in this game. So Smith now 4th kill.
Over for Jurkovic. Returned all the way to the other side. Miller quickly hits it back, but it was right at Justine Lasher. Smith gets hands on that. Miller, great diving attempt. Zandier keeps it alive. Jurkovic gets it over. Great teamwork there from TJ. Set up now in the middle, Davis. Smith has been a force there trying to block everything near her. Ford City gets it over. Jurkovic over the head, set to Natalie Miller. Drop shot, good dig, Justine Lasher. Little shot, and that's been effective both ways, both sides of the net. That time it was 28. Abby DiGregorio that just forces it over the net to tie this at 8 here in set 4.
The postman in the office, Lee Moan.
Lee Moan, member of the MSA Sports Network, on hand now. Dug out from TJ on the serve. Here's Kayla Smith with a swing. Good block from Christina Davis. Point for Ford City.
And DiGregorio serving. Let's watch the swag.
Oh, here we go.
Watch the routine.
Mike
here we
loves
go.
this.
Watch this. 1, 2, 3. Little spin. Little jump. You love it? The swag.
Gets it over, and it's done by Zandier. TJ regroups. Hit over from Birch, but it was right at the defense of Ford City. Jurkovic was there for the tip from DiGregorio. Miller, good swing. Lasher keeps it alive. DiGregorio over the head. Ford City hits long. Good dig, Reese Zandier. Now set up. Birch gets it over. Ford City looks for a kill here. Justine Lasher hits it right at Reese Zandier. TJ's Natalie Miller with a swing. That had a lot of power behind it. Returns all the way to the TJ side. They'll set up Miller again. She mistimed their jump and hit it out. 10-8 Ford City.
Obviously we're going to interview some girls afterwards.
Yep.
If Ford City wins, gotta ask her. Gotta ask her about her routine. Right in front of the TJ fans too. They're all over her.
Good serve there. Tipped off the top of the net and fell right on the TJ side. They will regroup. Good swing, Birch. Ford City now. DiGregorio gets it over. Veith sets up Smith in the middle. Tip shot wasn't there. Justine Lasher with a kill for the Sabers.
When the Sabers are playing well, it flows through Lasher and Davis. With both DiGregorios in the backcourt and Kenzie Lasher playing strong D. I'm telling you, these girls are so resilient.
Stephanie DiGregorio to serve. Reese Zandier digs. Veith over the head set. Birch, good swing. Kill for TJ. Catherine Birch.
Both teams with a lot of talent. Boy, TJ, Allie Jurkovic, Rachel Stover, Catherine Birch, Kayla Smith, amongst others. It's a team effort. And same thing with Ford City. The 6 main players plus the 1 sub. Williard seemed to do so much. Not getting tired yet.
Good spinning serve from Zandier. Ford City just forced to touch it over. Now Stover's back in. Gets a great swing and another kill for 24. Rachel Stover.
16 for her through 3 games plus.
10 to serve 11. It's Reese Zandier of TJ. The libero does her pre-serve routine. Not quite as emphatic as DiGregorio.
Telling you, I watched DiGregorio in the first round and in the semifinals, and I got to tell you, every time, same thing, no change.
Natalie Miller on the swing now. Good dig over there. Good hustle, but to no avail for Ford City. Kill for Natalie Miller of TJ. We're knotted at 11.
Only her third. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 girls with 3 kills or more, and Fitzgerald and Madison around with 2. That's a lot of kills.
It sure is. 11 all here. Set 4. Zandier serves. Here's Ford City. There's DiGregorio over. Zandier digs. Veith digs. Zandier gets it over. Good team effort there from Thomas Jefferson. Ford City. There's Davis with a big swing. Zandier again all over it. Now a swing from TJ. That was Miller. Popped way up in the air. Justine Lasher has it. Over to her sister, Kenzie. Zandier, another dig. Off the net, Veith recovers. Miller tried to get a swing, and it was out of play. Good volley there. Point goes to Ford City.
Well, I tell you, the one thing that's so impressive, and you don't hear about it a lot, it is the setting of Abby DiGregorio. I mean, she's there every time with those soft sets, and more times than not, she's right on the mark.
Christina Davis with the serve. TJ regroups. They set Stover. Another kill. Right at you, Mike. Nice hands, Mike. The barber misplayed it, and you were all over it.
Who got the kill? Stover?
Stover again.
I had a pen in my hand. I still caught the ball.
12 all. Rachel Stover, if she heats up to finish this one.
Look out.
Yeah,
12-12.
TJ's looking at it in 4. They don't want to play that 5th game if they don't have to.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about that.
Fitzgerald gets it over. They'll set Justine Lasher, does Ford City. That'll work.
Your
Block
chance.
Off of Madison Moran. Didn't get to me. Madison Moran hit it out of play on the swing from Lasher, so a kill for her. Abby DiGregorio now to serve for Ford City. Zandier's there. Fitzgerald, good hustle to get it over, but a double hit. Yeah. Double hit on Megan Fitzgerald.
Yeah, Ford City doing enough to stay ahead. Gotta win this one.
14 to serve 12. Abby DiGregorio over. There's Jurkovic. Fitzgerald to Stover. Big swing, but I think that was long. No, they're going to call a tip. And a kill for Rachel Stover.
18 on the game, on the match. I don't know what that means. What are they saying?
Psycho Dad, I believe, pointing at someone on the Ford City side.
Interesting.
In TJ student section. Lasher with a swing. Fitzgerald, great dig. Moran hustles over. Zandier gets it. Just team effort right now from TJ. Not discrediting Ford City either. They're doing the same thing. They return it. Now Moran will tip, but a great job by 3. Justine Lasher there for the block and kill.
That's 8 for her.
She's been very active. She'll
never
come
leaves
back
the
to
game.
serve.
Her and Stephanie DiGregorio never leave the game.
Lasher gets it over. Dug by Zandier. Fitzgerald over the head to Stover. Touch shot wasn't there. Here comes Ford City. Blocked there from TJ. They'll regroup, and they can't control it. So TJ gets a point back, 14 to serve 15. Mike, this has been some back and forth action.
It has been, but the errors are starting to pile up now. 40 unforced errors for Ford City.
Okay, here comes Ford City on the return from a Rachel Stover serve. Fitzgerald gets a hand on it. Diving attempt from Miller. Moran does a good job just to get it over. And here's Ford City in the middle. Freeman, good swing, good dig. Wow, Natalie Miller got a hand on it, and Vjurkovic ends up hitting it out. So Ford City gets a point. Mike, maybe they need to go to Freeman more.
I tell you one thing, the defense for Thomas Jefferson, though, is tremendous. Timeout, we'll take one, too.
We'll take one as well. You're listening to exclusive coverage of the 2014 WPIAL Girls Volleyball Championships, sponsored by Carlow University here on the MSA Sports Network.
The history books are filled with the names of great athletes and great teams from Western Pennsylvania. They share stories of great victories and stunning defeats, but they all have one thing in common. They know the championship season is the time to be first. First Commonwealth Bank, proud sponsor of the WPIAL and the best high school athletes in Western Pennsylvania. First Commonwealth, time to be first.
We're back here on the MSA Sports Network. 16-14, Ford City leads set 4 here. TJ is up 2-1 overall.
And you know what? We expected this. When you get to the championships, there are times you see one team so good, and you see a blitz, and you'll see somebody so good that they easily dominate. We've seen that over the years, but today, so far, 5 games in the first for Greensburg Central, and it's going to take at least 4 in this one. Maybe 5.
And Kenzie Lasher served. TJ got it back over, and then it's a big kill for Christina Davis of Ford City. They have a 3-point lead now in set 4.
8 for her, 8 for Justine Lasher. Must win here, game 4.
Kenzie Lasher serves to Moran, to Fitzgerald, who just tries to go over the head, over the net. Didn't work. Near side, Gregorio, good adjustment, Kayla Smith. Now they go deep, and it's past Natalie Miller and in Justine Lasher.
And, you know, you get a kill whether it goes 100 miles an hour or whether it goes 5 miles an hour.
Right.
And you just have the court presence to know where the defense is, and that's a senior leader right there.
Placement just as important. You said it, Mike. Freshman Kenzie Lasher, good serve. Fitzgerald now, good swing, Jurkovic, but it was into the net, and Ford City had enough time to recover. They go deep. Fitzgerald gets it up. Zandier. Moran now will get it over. And
double hit.
How
about watch Kenzie Lasher? If you didn't know she was a freshman, you could tell by how young she looks. But look at the way she plays. She's so sure of herself, and she's got a set routine and a great server, and she plays much older than her age.
She's going to be good in the future.
She's good now.
Yeah. Only we'll build on that. Ford City hit over Williard right at Fitzgerald. Pops up in the air. TJ swings. Natalie Miller, another unforced error. Ford City really building momentum here. 20-14.
36 unforced errors for TJ. 40. Again, this is unofficial.
Kenzie Lasher again to serve. Thomas Jefferson student section giving her some troubles. Wow.
It's an ace.
Serve drops and hits the back line for an ace.
How about this? Watch her serve and watch the girls in the front row. They're just all over her, yelling at her.
It doesn't phase her at all.
It doesn't phase her.
She's a freshman.
Big crowd, big environment. Watch them. Now, this time not as much as last time.
She just dropped an ace, so she got them to shut up a bit.
Exactly.
Hit over from Lasher. Dug from Miller. Swing from Davis. Another kill. No, it popped on the other side. Swing there. Miller gets a hand. Moran, nice adjustment. Kayla Smith there. And it's a point for Ford City.
Net violation, Thomas Jefferson, and the points are piling up. And
22-14.
Unforced errors are piling up. What is it about that side tonight?
This has been incredible.
Unbelievable. It's exact opposite of the first game.
Lasher serve in again. Natalie Miller misreads it again, and another ace.
Well, she is unbelievable.